Big home win for Espanyol over Mallorca. Mallorca came into this game off the back of 3 straight victories. Espanyol off the back of 3 straight defeats. But it was Espanyol who came out on top across the 90 minutes. It wasn't 90 minutes because 11 minutes were added on at the end of the game. Espanyol really had to suffer. They were clearly the better side in the first half. Carlos Romero with that shot taking a deflection. Grafe making the save. Mallorca, with their coach Jagabar Arasati having made such a good start to life on the island, knew that a win here would put them into a Champions League position, albeit ahead of all the other games that were still to be played. But the incentive was certainly there. And yet they were sleepy in the first half. It was Espanyol who were wide awake. Another opportunity there. Irvin, I should say, Cardona with the cross, and it was very nearly turned in, first by Vélez and then by Crowell. The new signings really working well for Espanyol. Fran Gargaza's done a tremendous job in the summer, not too much money to spend. None at all, really, but with free transfers and loans, they've built a side that look like they have a chance to stay up this season. Crowell trying to get the better of Mojica at the back post. Romero and Paul Lozano over this free kick. And this is the goal. It's Kumbala who gets it, ghosting in behind everybody at the back post, getting on the end of Jofre Carrera's cross, and it was 1-0. He hadn't scored previously for Espanyol, just joined the club, joined in the summer, but he hadn't scored for anybody since March 2023 when he scored in Europe for Roma, and he hadn't scored in the league game since 2020, October 2020. But he's made a very good start in his defensive role, and showing that he can also get on the end of set pieces. So 1-0 to Espanyol, well deserved. And we waited to see if Mallorca would respond. They did eventually, but not in the first half. Espanyol had the better of the entirety of the first 45 minutes. Down at the other end, there was a chance for Mojica from a free kick, but he couldn't get it under the wall. He tried to get it under the wall, despite the fact that Paul Lozano was lying down behind the wall. Back at the other end, Espanyol looking to double their lead. Shot there from Jofre Carreras. And a cross from Navarro, going beyond everybody. That was typical of Mallorca's lackluster attacks in the first half. They were also giving the ball away in dangerous areas. Crowell wins it here, plays in Vélez, and Alejo Vélez can't quite get the shot away. But they were pushing for a second goal. Alex Crowell, who's been sensational so far this season, on loan from Union Berlin, and very much looking the part. This is a fantastic run from Carlos Romero. And when he pulls it back, it's Cardona who tees up Carreras. And look at the celebration. Paul Lozano down on his knees. And the Espanyol supporters up out of their seats and celebrating 2-0, and no more than they deserved. Lightning break. Romero down the left. And Cardona teeing up Jofre Carreras. He made the first, he scored the second. Here it is again. And no one picking up Cardona, and no one picking up the goal scorer Carreras. Awful from Mallorca from a defensive point of view, and all from a throw that they had. One back by Paul Lozano. He released Romero. And they closed Romero down okay, but he does very well to find Cardona, who's all alone. And Carreras is all alone as well, and he beats Grafe. So that meant it was twice as difficult now for Mallorca to get back into the game. Carrera's second goal of the season. He only got 3 in the entirety of the last campaign, so he's made a very good start in the top flight. Another lame Mallorca attack, tame attack. Did decent away following, but they didn't have much to cheer about, certainly not in the first half. Sergi Darder back at his former club, playing his 50th game as well for Mallorca. He had a pretty miserable afternoon. He was every touch of his was whistled by the Espanyol fans. He was dispossessed there. This was almost the 3rd goal. It's a good save from Grafe to keep out Cardona's effort. Darder, who born in Mallorca but joined Espanyol when he was 13, made a name for himself there. 6 seasons at the club. Stayed there when they went down. They came back up. But when they went down again, he did leave the club, hence the fact that Espanyol fans whistled him on his return. We saw Peremilla coming on there just a moment ago. Jofre Carrera's caught painfully there by Johan Mojica. Mallorca took their time to make the changes. When they did, 4 players came on at once. Chiquinho, Abdon Prats, Tony Lato and Valeri Fernandez. And it certainly had the desired effect. Prats almost scored with his first touch. A header that was saved by Joan Garcia. But it completely changed the complexion of the game, the 4 changes. Mallorca went to a 4-2-4. Chiquinho also came on. They had Chiquinho down one flank, Valeri Fernandez down the other, and Prats alongside Larin. And it will be Larin who gets the goal, or does he? Well, we'll have a look at it in a minute. You can make your own minds up about who should be given the goal. There's a yellow card here for Costa. There were a flurry of yellow cards in the second half. The referee, who only booked Arasati in the first half, multiple bookings in the second period. Chiquinho with the corner, and it's Larin who strikes at the back post. But as you can see from the graphic there, Antonio Raillo was given the goal. It's the slightest of touches. There's no question that Larin touches it, and it maybe just scrapes the behind of Raillo as it goes in. But Larin deserving of it. Maybe he'll contest it. Maybe he'll be given it. Maybe you're watching this when it's already been decided. But Larin celebrates. Darder finally has something to maybe smile about, although he doesn't look too happy on the bench. Mallorca back in the game. Chidira on for Espanyol. Mascarell was replaced by Morlanes. Morlanes is another former Espanyol player. And Mallorca enjoyed a long spell of pressure. Espanyol had their worst period of the game. They did break here. Peremilla. He's got support in the shape of Chidira. Chidira couldn't get a touch on that, and in the end Grafe is able to bowl it out. Changes for Espanyol. Calero came on and they finished the game with 3 central defenders and 2 wing-backs. Antonio Roca also came on. Some heavy ice strapping on man of the match Jofre Carrera's ankle as he takes his place on the bench. He did say in his post-match interview that he was okay. He'd come into the game with a sore ankle and it flared up during the match, but nothing to be too concerned about. Peremilla going down here after that clash with Samu Costa. Another free kick launched into the area. Joan Garcia just about gets something on it to palm it away. Rayo stays down. But no foul from the goalkeeper. He's certainly got plenty on the ball. Joan Roman. "11 minutes were added on to the 90. As I mentioned earlier, groans all around the stadium Espanyol supporters in disbelief. There had been a lot of stoppages, and we expected the added time to be lengthy, but perhaps not 11 minutes. It was a little generous to Mallorca, but they couldn't get that equalising goal. Much as they tried. This is Lato with Valeri ahead of him. He doesn't use him. Chiquinho, and that's a fine save from Joan Garcia to deny Chiquinho, who was very lively when he came on. Got in ahead of Carlos Romero and tried to finish. This is him trying to turn away from Romero, I should say. And it's Crowell, in fact, in the end, who challenges him. Reasonable shout for a penalty there, but the referee not interested. He immediately waved away the appeals, then checked with Figueroa, the video assisted referee, and he concurred no penalty. Counter-attack here. Chidira running onto it, then goes down in the area, and referee, just as he had done previously at the other end, waves away the appeals. Lato turning into some space, trying to find the angle to launch the ball into the penalty area. Abdon Prats gets something on it, and it was Romero at the back post turning it away. This is how they celebrated the final whistle. The final score, Espanyol 2, Mallorca 1.